Okay. We should be good now.
Impact confirmed. The Slayer has been activated.
Everything should be good now. You probably put the game on high now. There we go. Have I tried Repertorium? I haven't. Not since it first launched. I'm not ready to just jump back in. I haven't played the game in half a year. Right. Days highlights off. So all my settings have changed. It's really weird. Go 40% slow-mo. Auto switch on empty, no. Auto switch on new, no. There we go. Just slowly getting more comfortable. What are my thoughts on creamy TV screens? I don't know what that means. Let's see. Is Metal Eden worth it? It's not solid. Yes, Metal Eden definitely worth it. Good game. What did I do to fix it? It turned out that my capture and output was at 4K. Even though I changed the game to 1080, I forgot that my OBS was set to 4K because I have to record trailer footage for games I work on in 4K. So you have to end the stream to do that, to change it. Let's see. What do you say? You've played Doom Eternal more by this point than TDA? Oh, yeah. Dark Ages, I have like 500 hours. And Eternal, I have probably 1,300 hours.
Ensign, do you have a lock on the Slayer's location?
So... Isn't there a HUD size? Yeah, all my settings have been reset. Fucking weird. Okay, HUD scale, there we go. Amos, no, okay. Perry color, yes. Let's go yellow.
Confirmed. Weapon drop incoming in 3.
So are we just starting? Yeah. I haven't played this in half a year. I'm not ready to jump into Ripitorium and get my ass kicked. Have I beat this on Ultimate Nightmare? Yes, I have. You can watch my playthrough on my channel. Thoughts on the Resident Evil games? Asking because you've grown up with the series. Thoughts on the Resident Evil game? I mean, Resident Evil is one of my favorite series. I love most of them. Do I recommend Dead Space? Of course. Dead Space, especially Dead Space 2. That HUD scale is a little too small for me. Yeah, that feels good. Hello to everyone. Sorry it's been so long since I streamed. Just haven't wanted to, you know? Wow, I am so out of practice. This must look awful. Yeah, this... Bleh. I'm gonna put damaged demons back on regular because my wires are not set for that. God, this is what happens when I don't play Doom for half a year. Damaged demons, put that back at 100. Doesn't feel right. This ain't Brawler. Like, this should kill. Boom, yeah. That's what I'm used to. Slowly but surely. Hey, Monk with the $5. Says, thank you for the guides. You're the reason I gave Doom Eternal a chance, and I thank you for it. Oh, well, that's awesome. I always love hearing that people get into something that I did a video on. Makes it all feel worth it. Ah, I tried to do the 180. I suck. Hello, Jota says, hey Mayo, did you see the new Rob Zombie album that's about to come out? No, I did not. I'll have to check that out. Is there a single? Coolified, hey, what's up? I don't understand why the amount of hits to kill a demon is even a slider. Knowing exactly how much ammo it will take is super satisfying. Yeah, but being able to change it is a different experience. It works great for Brawler. Like, having to do more damage changes what your combos are. It changes your resource management. Like, maybe you don't like it, but other people do. I like it. I'm just not ready for it right now after a year, half a year break. Ugh. Still got it. Still got it. Hopes for Dark Ages DLC. Ooh, man. I mean, hopefully we get the story of the Betrayer and some badass boss fights. What do you think of the Requiem gameplay trailer? Haven't watched it. I'm avoiding all Resident Evil preview material. Make sure your auto run is on. Auto run? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Auto run. I forgot about auto run.
He's at ground zero. Key located.
Why am I avoiding Requiem footage? Because you only get one first time. I don't understand why people want to see so much of a game they already know they're going to play. Especially in a horror game. Don't you want to be surprised? I already know I'm going to play it. Fuck. Got somebody I gotta ban. Right, there we go.
Once he kills the demons, the portals will collapse.
Like, this isn't Doom where, like, I want to learn how the faltering system's going to work. It's Resident Evil. I'm just excited to play it. Excited to be scared, challenged. Can't see the chat. There we go. Hey, Punished Griffin, hello. Thankfully, they've been apprehensive on showing too much of RE9. Good. I love how it feels to move in this game. Ah, I don't have it yet. So fast, so fast. Any interest in the Neo series? No, none at all. That's an absolute zero. Yeah, you guys know my favorite genre is Souls-likes. Everyone knows that. Whoa! That shouldn't have hit me. Are you using increased FOV? Yes. I use the console command.
Tier 5 readings in the South Bay. Incoming.
People call TDA slow. They should have used this fast-paced gameplay. Yeah, they did not market the gameplay of this as good as they should have. Because this game can be really crazy and fast. And you don't have to speed up the game speed either. Hate that. Get faltered. Get faltered. Captain, yeah, I hear you. I'm not so much into the focus that this particular story took. But that's okay, I still enjoy the game just like for its gameplay. I mean, not this part, but you know. Okay. Varun, yeah, I wish I liked BioShock. I feel like I should because I like Prey. I tried to play BioShock twice and I just couldn't get into it. But I couldn't tell you why because it was so long ago. I also played it on console and it's a shooter, so that may have had an effect.
Targeting demonic threat.
Reroute all units to the energy relay.
Get kicked, fucker. Why can't I? Oh, wrong button. Ha! Is this the third stream? Yes, it is, but it's the one that's actually working. Pop, 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 pop. Beetle-little-little-little. Yeah, I know this game has its haters, but I think it feels so goddamn good to play.
Hebeth facilities are under lockdown.
Thoughts on RE9? Looking forward to it. Basically, I don't really know what else I can say. It's probably going to be fun. I think we got to go straight for pincushion, right? Pincussion's so fun.
The command room has a key. Mark it on the player's map.
My only worry about Resident Evil 9 is that they say it's 18 fucking hours. Oh, Action Honey Badger. Yeah, I mean, that's a very interesting hypothesis. Remember when I had a strategy for this room? Oh! Oh, I love it. RE4 remake is 15 to 18 hours also. I know, but RE4 is an action game. And even then, I think RE4 original and remake are too long.
Welcome to research and development. Operations are currently suspended.
I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, that was my groove. Get horde mode on the phone. I'll message him. I don't know if he's around. Around. I don't see any doomers on right now. Alright, I sent out some messages. We'll see who bites. Will I be attending QuakeCon? No, traveling is a little complicated for me. You know, thoughts on how armor works across id game? Which game do you think did the best? I like the classic Doom style, where it's a percentage reduction on health instead of just another health bar. Personally, I think that's cooler.
Commander, we need assistance out here.
Do 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 do. Joe did it. You wish that? I mean, yeah, you can. There's something to be said for it, you know. The God of War games are all essentially the same game. But they also tell very epic stories that do a lot of heavy lifting for them. Do I personally rank 2016 Eternal and Dark Ages? Eternal is 1, Dark Ages is 2, and 2016 is 1. But the love I had for 2016 for about 3 years was more love than I have ever had for Dark Ages. There was something about 2016 that was just, you know, if you were there, you knew, you know. But currently, I enjoy playing Dark Ages far more than I enjoy playing 2016. Join. Fuck off. Get faltered. Get faltered. Ah. Get faltered. Get faltered again. Ah ha ha ha. See, like, no matter what I prefer about 2016, it's the faltering system that just makes this game come alive to me, and I can't go back. All right, Horde Mode Gaming is going to join me in about half an hour, if you guys want to hang around. Welcome back, Paradox. I see you there. Yeah, I really haven't streamed in a while. The last game that I was playing purely for fun was Marvel Cosmic Invasion, and the only reason I stopped playing that is because I developed tendinitis. I had to stop playing games outside of playtesting work for 2 months, essentially. And still I have pain because I haven't been able to fully rest because I have to play games for my fucking job. Okay. Wasn't there an upgrade that made it parry like all around you? The AoE blast? Duelist? No? Which one was it? I could have sworn there was one. Or is that a shield upgrade? Ah, it's the shield upgrade that I just got. That's the one. Mayo, do you like any of the RE remakes more than the originals? Yeah, I like RE1 remake more than RE1. I like RE2 remake more than RE2. I have a more emotional connection to RE2, the original, but I prefer the gameplay of RE2 remake. And of course, Resident Evil 3 Remake is the best remake of all time. We all know that. Whoa! Oh, I did not see him at all. Just don't say it to the OG purists. I don't give a fuck what other Resident Evil fans think of what I prefer. Jesus Christ. That's why I love this game, man.
Demonic leader identified.
Joe do it. Yeah, that would be cool. But I don't think they could have made just a 2016 style sequel with like big gameplay upgrades. I don't think they could have done that if they hadn't changed other things about it too. I think they needed inspiration in more than one field. Got him. Got him. All right, everybody's favorite level. Here we go. Re-upload? Someone just left a comment on one of my videos that says re-upload. What does that mean? New video. What are some of the things you're excited for the DLC? Do you agree that Eternal is a better game, but T80's combat is better? I think Eternal is better in both. I think combat is better and is just a better game. But there's something about this game's combat that I'm just vibing with a lot more right now.
Shutting down. We can't stop it now. How long do we have?
Not long. The reactor has sustained heavy damage.
How does the weapon switching darkies feel now compared to launch? I haven't really played much with it because I'm not doing a lot of weapon switching now. Give me until I have some other weapons.
Approaching the core.
The barrier is critical. Relay overloading.
We need to pull everyone back.
Hey, would you be excited for a new Greek God of War?
He's trying to save the city.
No,
Slayer.
because of the people who are making it.
I'll mark it for you.
I mean, did you see how they made Kratos cry over killing the boatsman from the captain from the first game? I want this to be over. Can I just run past him? I'll actually get the hell. Hey, what's up, amazing beta gamer? No, Kratos didn't literally cry, but he felt really bad about killing that one guy. Killing that one guy in the game where he literally runs around the city slaughtering innocent people to get health orbs. So fucking stupid. Hey, what's up, Brochacho? Have I played? Gong Bong says, have you played Tormented Souls 2 yet? No, I tried playing it during the review process, and I had a progression stopping bug that fucked me 3 times. So I said no more, and I stopped playing it. Mayo will be excited for God of War when it turns the old style. Yeah, if they bring back the old camera, I'll be excited. Hope the DLC is good for Dark Ages. It will be. Joe Duda, yeah, that's in the Valhalla DLC. It's fucking pathetic. Yeah, Rotacho, it's nice for you to come by. Hope you're doing well.
With the Slayer guarding the barracks, we'll take the airships. Rally at the priest signal.
Like, imagine if Doom guy in the DLC suddenly started feeling bad that he killed the cyber demon in 2016. Oh, that demon really didn't deserve it. He was just an experiment. It wasn't his fault that they turned him into a giant weapon. Are you going to be streaming Ari Requiem? Once I beat it. I don't like playing games my first time on stream. It's not entertaining. I restart a lot. I stop constantly to take notes for my review. Whoa. Yeah, weapon swap speed feels better in general. But it's still not very fast because it's not that kind of game. I don't know. We'll see how it feels in bigger arenas. 1, 2, 3. Have I checked out Look Outside? No. First time I'm hearing about this one. Joda, yeah, the con maker just wanted to live. I feel so bad.
Commander Thera, the demonic presence around the priest signal is getting larger.
Hey, would you ever use Ravager again if it was nerf? I guess to switch between that. No, I don't really enjoy the Ravager. Not my gun. Skip the secret, didn't you? Minus, this game is fun. Highly recommended.
Occult energy
Fuckers. What's my game speed? 110. I just like the small boost. That's all I need. That one feels really good. Yeah, that little room can definitely mess up your runs if you're not careful. Very easy for that to slip out of control. No, I missed. There's gold up there, isn't there? Fuck. There we go. Blah.
You're almost outside. There's a path through the tombs nearby.
The little guys up there, I didn't realize. Hey, what if you were in charge of his next game's general direction? What would you have them make? I would like them to do a hack and slash in the style of classic God of War. id Software making a God of War clone. Oof. As a PC gamer, do you hate the AI bros buying up all around? Yeah. What do you think I think as a good thing? Jesus. Don't depress me, please. Shredder's rate of fire is increased. Yeah, I guess we could do that. Oh man, there's so much stuff I want to get. I need to get the shield throw. I'm gonna go for more Shredder because I just really like the Shredder. And I'll save it, I guess. Am I running brawler mode? No, I'm not. I'm just playing with what I personally like playing.
This attack on the barracks is a diversion. My father will need help. Instant. Mobilize the Slayer's dragon. Marking the Slayer's hut now.
badass. Where are the Hell Knights? Where are the fucking Hell Knights? Hey, where are the Hell Knights? Did they nerf this fight? Have you ever played the original Doom on stream before? On stream? It's probably been years. Radio chatter and Joe Duda? Yeah, I'm not into the radio chatter sort of style of leading me along. The redeem is potentially overkill on this, but here's how armor works in my own Monster Slayer. You have light, medium, and heavy armor pickups. Light gives you 100 points and absorbs 1/4 of armor taken, damage taken. Medium gives you 150 points and absorbs a half. Heavy gives 200, absorbs 3/4. All three can be picked up unless your current armor value is below what they give you. Okay, that part kind of confuses me, but I mean, it sounds like classic Doom, which is cool. And I just jumped. Why did I jump? I'm going for that gold. So jumpy. Hey, will you play Requiem on stream? Yeah, after I beat it once. Remember the update that made the chain gunners insane? like Bad Bunny. Tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias. No, I'm not a Bad Bunny fan myself, but I have a lot of friends that listen to him sometimes, and I thought the show was pretty fun.
Player is approaching the bridge to the Dragon's aviary.
Like Bad Bunny is not my preferred type of music, but I'll take it over fucking Imagine Dragons or Creed or something like that any day. Have I played the BioShock saga? I've tried the first game a few times. It's just not really for me, unfortunately. Extended reach against fodder. We probably need to save the upgrading for the cycler. Yeah, I will. One, two. Nope. Got it. No. The master level is going to be in this game's future. I thought they were going to be.
Aviary unlocked.
Joe did it. I don't know. Imagine Dragons just always felt so artificial and lame. I mean, come on, listen to that Thunder song and tell me that's not lame. Hey, what's up, Venom? I'm doing alright. decided to come on here and stream for once. Wasn't really doing anything with my time tonight. Oh, hold on. Let's see here. All right, let me do some volume adjusting here. I'm gonna have to lower the game volume for this. Master volume down. Hello, hello, testing.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, there he is. All right, guys. Horde Mode Gaming has just joined the stream, so I'm gonna lower the game volume so you guys can hear him. So bring in those questions, guys. Horde Mode, we're on YouTube and we're also on Twitch. If you want to open those up and take a look at what people are saying. Someone just asked if I like rap music. There's a few rap songs I like, but I don't listen to rap music. No.
Me neither.
Yeah. There's a few songs. I like some R&B. I like some old TLC. You know, some stuff I like out there. Horde Mode, they want DLC updates. They want to know what's going on. What's going on with the game?
Shit, I think the most recent one was Daisy's coming back.
Okay.
Probably in a flashback, is my theory, because we have the teasers of learn more about the Slayer's past and maybe see the Slayer's abs, which makes me think like a classic flashback.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Hey, Kyle's in the stream. Cool. Hey, he says that he just got Butcher's Creek. It's fun, dude. Butcher's Creek is really fun if you replay it a few times and try to play it as fast as you can, but don't study a speed run. Don't learn what's optimal. Just figure out what you're doing yourself, and it's really fun. There's a reason I put it in my top. Yeah, I put it in my top 5 of the year. Actually, Butcher's Creek is really good. Yeah. It's like a melee focused horror game made by David Zemansky.
I'm gonna put that one on my wish list. So
It's
I'll look at it
super
later.
cool. On its own, it's just kind of simple, but if you try to play it fast on a replay, the mechanics are actually really cool.
Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I like that. Put that on my wish list. $10, that's not bad actually.
Yeah, definitely worth it. It was a strong influence over a few of the mechanics that we put in Total Chaos.
I have yet to play that, but is that? Hold on, let me also check that out.
Yes, like everybody who's watching this stream, that you have no excuse not to play Total Chaos.
$25 is also not a bad price at all. That's pretty good.
And New Game Plus is coming as a free update,
Oh hell yeah!
which I was just playtesting earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw some people play and it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I put Doom's
The,
faltering system in a horror game. Nice. I haven't played this in half a year, man.
I don't play it very much anymore.
Yeah.
I started the Silent Hill 2 remake back in January.
And how's that going?
I think PlayStation's like weird tracking system says I'm like 33% of the way through, and I think it's kind of starting to get repetitive.
Yeah, it's got a repetition and length issue. I mean, did you play the original?
No, not yet, because I have a PlayStation 1, don't know where the copy of Silent Hill 2 is, so I've yet to. I want to experience it on the PlayStation 1, so once I can find that copy of the original, I'll definitely give that a playthrough.
Well, Silent Hill 2 is a PlayStation 2 game.
PlayStation 2, same thing.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
definitely.
I'm not super knowledgeable. I've got them both, PS1, PS2, from my father.
All right, good. What do we do here? melee. Yeah, I had to take a long break from this game because, I mean, God, I played 500 hours of it in 4 months. I squeezed out so much, and around August I just had to go, I can't do it anymore. I need to step away.
Dude, I get that. I had to do that with Eternal. I have I think 800 hours or so, which
Yeah.
I mean, compared to some people that's nothing, but for me that's a whole lot of hours.
No, it is a lot of hours. I have 1,300 myself.
That's not too far off. Yeah, I just I started to not like Eternal as much after playing it for so long. It just kind of lost its charm.
I don't know how any game can survive that level of indulgence.
I don't want Dark Ages to be like that at any point. I mean, it's a great game, and I don't want to make the mistake of squeezing it dry for all it's worth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's essentially what I did. I mean, I did basically the year and a half of Doom Eternal content I did in 4 months for Dark Ages. Like the vaulting system stuff and the weapon strats and all that stuff. And then I just had to, I burned myself out.
Yeah, that's crazy. A whole lot of work in. I think I have about 160, 180, somewhere in that range on Dark Ages at the moment. Very much looking forward to the DLC, but not wanting to squeeze everything out of it before then. I haven't done Ultra Nightmare yet. I think there's like there's a handful of bugs that I'm not too certain about, and I'm not necessarily looking to do an Ultra Nightmare run with some iffy bugs. I'm not that confident.
Woo. Tommy says, how long did it take you to make Brawler for Dark Ages and Eternal? In both cases, it took me about 5 months, 4 to 5 months to come up with the Brawler rules.
Target destroyed.
Because every time I tweak the rules, I have to play through the whole game just to make sure it feels alright. Coolified says, Mayo, didn't you say you got an injury from too much Doom? No, it wasn't Doom, it was Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I got tendinitis.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, all the constant mashing of the square button for punch, and it just, man, it just killed me.
That sounds like a pain in the ass. Not a pain in the ass to play, but you know what I mean.
Right. And you know, I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and I work on the PC all day. I have very tense hands. I playtest a lot, so.
Which I'm glad to hear you've been playtesting stuff a lot. That's awesome.
Yes, I'm actually co-designing a combat loop for a new game.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I can't really say jack shit about it, but
Of course, yeah.
I'm working very closely with the director on how something's actually going to play. It's pretty interesting.
That is, honestly, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Cockmaster 5000 says top Evo players probably have hand problems too.
I was trying to avoid his name this whole time.
Sorry to ruin it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I was a tournament level Mortal Kombat player for 8 years, so I mean I've worn down my hands a lot.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna have a hard time in your old age.
I will. My arthritis runs in my family.
Same here.
Yeah. Joe Duda says, Mayo, what game would you like the studio that made Marvel Cosmic Invasion Shredder's Revenge to make next? I don't know. I'd like them to try something outside of their comfort zone. Maybe something that's not a beat 'em up.
That's what we like.
Yeah.
Developers going out of their comfort zones.
Yeah. Amazing Beta Gamer. The only thing I did to fix my tendinitis was just not play games nearly as much and rest. Horde Mode, can you take Max X's question in the YouTube chat?
What would you say to someone buying TDA expecting it to be like Eternal? That one?
Yeah, what would you say?
Don't. It's I don't know. If Max X, if you're asking as someone that is buying it expecting it to be like Eternal, I don't know. I would say first of all, don't play Eternal before playing Dark Ages. Like don't go through 2016 and Eternal and then jump right into Dark Ages. I feel like Dark Ages can be better enjoyed if you don't have like the quick swapping and verticality mindset like fresh on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy it as its own experience. It's not far separated from Modern Doom, but it's also definitely not 2016 or Eternal. I don't know if that really answered the question, but that's...
I think that's a good answer. Oh, they put a Mancubus in here? Since when? I would say that you can expect things from Eternal in here, but they may not be the things that you're immediately expecting. Like active resource management, very much a factor. High enemy prioritization. You have being forced to engage in the fun zone, right? Like it's a different fun zone, but it's not optional. Just like it wasn't optional in Eternal. Like the philosophy is still the same, and aspects of the loop are the same, but the mechanics are a bit different.
Spot on. Another thing is, it might be a little difficult for some people, but try not to get frustrated when certain aspects don't meet your expectations of what you thought they would be. I feel like a lot of people at launch were going into it sort of expecting it to be similar to Eternal. It wasn't, and then they got frustrated and didn't like it because it wasn't. If you keep yourself fluid and be open to adapting when something isn't exactly like you thought it would be, you'll probably enjoy the game a lot more.
Well,
Around
you know,
launch,
2016 players did the same thing.
yeah, they did. One thing I got a surprising amount of comments on around launch was people who complained about the plasma rifle because they said it was back to being useless because you can use the shield to burst plasma shields now. And so you kind of had to explain to people that, like, you know, hey, in Eternal, the plasma rifle, like how they want you to use it up front on like your first playthrough of Eternal is to disrupt plasma shields. But in Dark Ages, that's not a thing. The plasma rifle is very much just kind of its own weapon. And I think that frustrates people, things like that.
Well, I mean, plasma rifle has new functionalities, especially when it comes to the what's the secondary one, the cycler.
Cycler, yeah.
I mean, like this. Anyone who says that the plasma rifle's useless, I mean, come on. But I mean,
yeah.
But here's the thing with the shields: when you throw the shield at the plasma shields, it breaks all of them.
Yeah.
But what's really cool about the plasma rifle is that you can do more targeted plasma explosions, and you can be rocking the plasma rifle and then use that on shield guys for falters without having to throw the shield, and your shield can be used for something else. So you have the option. I think it's interesting if you really like playing the plasma rifle. Yeah. It's not that you pull it out to break shields. If you like using the plasma rifle in general, you have that functionality.
But I mean, look at that right there. That's not something a lot of people really think about necessarily. I mean, I don't know. I think there's been a lot of interesting reactions to Dark Ages and things that don't line up with Eternal, and that right there is one of them. Not really being, it's not the same as Eternal, and people get mad, people get frustrated.
You know, someone in chat just asked, what do I think about people saying that Doom the Dark Ages is disappointing? There's a fuckload of people who say the same thing about Eternal. I don't give a shit if people think this game was disappointing. Everyone's always disappointed.
We don't really, like, cater to those people. That's not our audience, the people who don't like these games. Yeah. And, like, that's okay to not like these games. But,
yeah,
like, that's
fine.
That's not our people.
This super shotgun is so fucking great.
It is, dude. I don't make Doom the Dark Ages news videos for people who hate Doom the Dark Ages. Like, people
Right.
can dislike these games, but, like, you know, our target audience is not people who fell in love with 2016 and hate Eternal and Dark Ages.
What's there was this crazy hypocrisy that just drove me nuts, where in my first review I said that it took me a second playthrough for the Dark Ages to really click for me. And I had so many Eternal fans saying that right there is an admission that is not a good game, because you clicked immediately with Eternal. And my response to that is, do you guys not remember how many people played Eternal and it didn't click for them, and we had to help them? Like, there's so many people that played Eternal their first time, they didn't like it, and then they watched one of our guides, or they watched someone else play, or they gave it a second playthrough, and then it worked for them. Like that happens with every game. It's just so bizarre, man. People just looking for any reason to shit on something.
I don't know if it's like a general shift in internet culture or maybe the world. I don't know. I guess I don't pay enough attention. But people are sort of treating Dark Ages a little differently than I feel like they did with Eternal. People have sort of completely forgotten that there is that aspect of a good portion of people who didn't really click with Eternal at first.
Yeah.
And we're just kind of, I guess, ignoring that now.
Yeah.
I didn't click with Eternal at first. I went through the entire game after getting the Super Shotgun, playing it like 2016, and there were a lot of moments where I would finish a level, excited out of my mind that I just beat a level in Doom Eternal, but if I thought about it for more than a second, it was like, I didn't really care for that. I didn't care that I just died over and over again because all I did was use the Super Shotgun, and I didn't play the game. I didn't try to learn the game systems. It took me a second playthrough before I could really learn Doom Eternal and properly enjoy it, and I mean, now it's one of my favorite games of all time. It wouldn't have been if I would have just given up and threw a tantrum because I played it in, I wouldn't say the wrong way, but I played it in, I'll say the wrong way. But, I mean, that's what it takes sometimes. You're not always going to enjoy something on your first playthrough.
Nope. You're not. Hell, Butcher's Creek was like that for me, actually. I mean, I think Butcher's Creek, just as a game that you play through, is okay. It's spooky and it's fairly fun, but as a game you want to play through faster, it becomes really fun. And that's not an excuse of the first playthrough not being so amazing, but there's more to find. And even a game that is very, very well designed, sometimes it doesn't click for you right away.
And that's okay.
Yep. Okay, let's go.
There's one question in here. When 2016 first came out, a lot of people complained that it's not Doom 3 or it's not fast like classic Doom. I mean, I'm sure people did. I don't remember a lot of the complaints about 2016 because I wasn't as involved with the community. I mostly just kind of stuck with the single player and didn't interact with people. I mean, I played the multiplayer, but I mean, I'm sure that's how it is with just about any game released these days. If it's not exactly like the one before it, people get really upset. And there's nothing wrong with not liking a game because it's not like the previous one, but
It's fine.
people are too anxious to avoid giving something a chance.
What are you working on right now for your channel?
You know, I'm actually doing some schoolwork right now. Not like full college, but I guess you would call it like to get like a certification type thing online. So I'm kind of I've let the channel take a back seat, and then once I'm finished with schooling in like I think it's like August or September, I want to start doing some bigger videos. I hadn't played Eternal for over a year. and then I played it to get some footage for something the other day, and I want to do like a big video kind of coming back to Eternal and exploring it and seeing if I still feel the same way about it after not playing it and kind of getting burnt out.
Yeah.
So that's a thing I got going on, I guess.
Okay. God, remember when the dragon levels had the projectiles that you had to wait until you could get the parryable one?
Yeah, I do.
Oof. Oof.
I don't know. I'd like to see. I would like to see a lot of things in TDA expanded on, like Dragon Combat. I want to see Dragon Combat sort of pushed to its fullest, and I think it's a little disappointing that probably won't ever get to see that. I doubt we'll ever see Dragon Combat. I don't even know if I would want Dragon Combat in another game, but there probably won't be any more updates to the Dragon, and I doubt that'll be in the DLC. So.
You know, I mean, I think, like I said in my first review, the mech and the dragon stuff is like, it's a cool idea, but I would rather see a mech game or a dragon game so we can have it fully fleshed out. Because it's not nearly as fleshed out as the actual gameplay.
I'm fine with that. At least, you know, I'm fine with the mech not being too fleshed out. It reminds me of like a sort of like a party mini game, and I'm fine with that. Like I don't do too many replays of Dark Ages. I mostly go through level replay. So I'm not too hurt by like because I can just, I mean, if I don't want to play a mech section, I just won't play it, I guess. But
yeah.
So the dragon, though, I feel like is a little. It wouldn't hurt to have a lot more depth.
It was supposed to have an alternate fire.
Yeah, the fireballs.
Yeah, I don't know why we never got it.
Someone in my comments a few days ago pointed out that the difference between the dragon in the dev direct footage and the final version is surprisingly, I wouldn't say drastic, but kind of it's noticeable.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes you wonder how little, or how, I wonder how much they actually got to work on the dragon and the mech, with how it feels in game, with how kind of, I wouldn't say underdeveloped, but a little lackluster to an extent. I don't know. Makes you wonder how much time they actually had to spend on stuff like that.
Yeah, you get the sense that they really wanted this to be a very big game, and I don't know. Maybe maybe their ambition was a little bigger than their actual reach. I don't know. Especially
with the levels being like cut in half, because I think what was it? It's like Ancestral Forge and Forest were supposed to be one level, and what is it? Holy City and the one before it was supposed to be one level. I mean, that's huge. That's massive.
Well, sure. I mean, but what matters is that they realized they should be cut in two, and they did.
Oh yeah, of course. But I do think that at least shows that they had. I don't know. I would say we're a little more ambitious. Wanted things to be a lot more big, brand. So.
All right, we're going to the last fight. Godfather says, "How am I doing?" I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine, actually. I've been working out. I've been dieting. I've lost like 7 pounds.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Thank you. Cooking at home instead of ordering out. I'm not drinking in my house anymore. I'll do it for streams, and I'll do it if I'm with somebody. But I've, at least for the time being, I am not downing a bottle of whiskey in the middle of the day at my house anymore. Saving my drinking for going out, which has been nice for my wallet and nice for my form, because I'm not taking in 1,000 calories of alcohol every day.
Good. That's good, man. Very good word.
Thank you.
Mini Creative says, it upsets me that this game is not on sale with Microsoft. They recently mentioned in one of the streams that there is like a cooldown on sales. So I think the game will go back on sale soon, but it seems like right now they're on a cooldown. So just keep an eye out for sales, Mr. Mini Creative. Just give it some time.
We are going full cycler right away. No, boy. Get off the desk there. All right, open up the shotgun. Yeah. Cool. God, I love the cycler so much. This chaining shock mechanic is one of the coolest things I have ever seen.
Dude, it's awesome.
It's just absurd. It falters every time.
Visually, it's also really cool.
Yeah. The purple, right? That kind of purplish white.
That arc, that's awesome. I try to use it. I've been trying to use it a little more in the little that I've played. You're still kicking ass though. I'm watching the stream.
Using the falters around, you know, like you don't have to directly falter him. I faltered him from the cycler explosion on the right, using the barrels to falter too.
You know, I think Dark Ages sort of puts like less of a focus on sort of asking you to care about certain mechanics, and I think as a result, people don't necessarily care about them because you don't hear a lot of people talk about faltering from the cycler, what do you call it, the cycler arcs and stuff. You don't hear people talking about that kind of stuff like they did with Eternal, and I think that's simply just because the nature of the game isn't really asking you to care about it, which is an odd thing. I would not mind seeing or even making a video on sort of the I don't know what you call it, not asking your players, not directly telling your players to care about something and then they just kind of don't. I think that's interesting.
Well, you know, Dark Ages, like, it's not designed to be like a really sweaty, skill-based game to master, right?
Yeah.
It's a big adventure game that has lots of great mechanics, and like it is very forward in the faltering system. It gives you the yellow rings, and I think a lot more people actually did pay attention to faltering because of that as they were playing it. But those more niche faltering techniques aren't necessarily important for mastering the game.
Exactly.
Unless you want to specialize in it, which I do. I find it a way more fun and interesting way to play. But hell, I mean, in Eternal, no one was doing the Marauder dog falters other than me. So
yeah, I mean that's fair.
It existed in that game too. But I mean, like, but people don't. Maybe people aren't talking about it, but they're doing it all the time. Shield bash, falter on heavy demons.
That's true.
The highest skilled players are still faltering a Hell Knight with shield bash. They're still faltering from their final hit of the melee series. They're still using it plenty. They just may not talk about it.
That's a fair point.
This is his district.
It's very integrated into just the moment-to-moment flow, and it's not necessarily something you have to plan out or think that you're going to do.
That I do think, though, inadvertently kind of it's like built-in depth, if that makes sense, where Eternal had, I mean, that's not saying that Dark Ages doesn't have depth or that it doesn't have optional depth, but where I feel like a lot of Eternal stuff, like where the skill expression came in Eternal was optional depth, like all those optional techniques, and a lot of things like falters are now, I mean, that's explained to you, and like you said, with the circles above the heads and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more integrated into it. So it feels, the depth is still there, it's just almost less optional.
Yeah,
At least in my opinion.
well, it's like in 2016 when they saw how cool 2016 looked when you played it high level, and they wanted to make that style of play the way to play Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what made Eternal look even cooler was the faltering system, and so they did the same thing. They made the faltering system the way to play this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Which makes you wonder where they'll go next.
Yeah, God, I can't even imagine.
I have my I think I'm much more I have a better idea of what I would like, at least from like a narrative direction for the next game this time around. In terms of gameplay, no, I have no idea. The shield saw is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I don't want parrying again. I don't want another shield saw. However, I mean, going back to Eternal, honestly, I find it a little hard to play. Not hard to play as in, like, with muscle memory, but it just doesn't feel the same after playing a shooter with the shield charge and shield throw and
the heaviness
parrying.
the heaviness of this game is very refreshing after 5 years of shooters where we're, like, light as a bird and double air dashing and, like... So that's what makes Eternal a little hard for me to go back to. Is I feel weightless in a way that I don't exactly like right now.
I made the exact same points the other day having a conversation. Going back to Eternal after playing Dark Ages for the past year, it almost makes Eternal feel floaty. Like that was never a problem before Dark Ages.
Right.
But it feels so floaty to such an extent that it's almost not fun to play at times.
3 artillery cannons remaining.
I like the heaviness.
Yes, that's why I like playing this game more than Eternal over the past year. I just do. I just like the way it feels to bash things in. This ties so much into a discussion about a game I'm helping with, but I wish I could say more, but that fatigue with that style of shooter has definitely played into the way that I think about things when I help with them now.
That's interesting as well. I mean, I hope more shooters going forward do play into the heaviness of, like, Dark Ages. Now that we're in this era of Doom is heavy, so I hope some of the boomer shooters and even just normal shooters that come out play into that heaviness, and then once they've wrung every drop out of that, eventually, we'll see what else comes out of it. What comes out of the next Doom game. Which I'm pretty firm. I think they're going to make a Doom game next. I don't think there's any question about Quake anymore.
You think so?
I was pretty uncertain last time. But I'm quite confident. I feel like with some of the hints they've given for the DLC, so far, it seems like they really want to, like, I get the feeling they enjoy, or at least Hugo enjoys making medieval Doom, and they want to really realize that to its fullest while they're here, instead of doing medieval Doom and then Quake and then futuristic Doom and then going back to medieval Doom.
All right. Yeah. It'll be curious to see what they do with this DLC, because it's going to be big.
Have you heard some of the DLC hints Hugo dropped?
I've mostly stayed away from them because it's hard for me to tune into those streams, and I don't follow a lot of gaming news because, I mean, like, you do a good job. There's channels that do a good job at covering this stuff. I tend to want to stay away from it. I kind of just want to... I just like going in being surprised.
Yeah, I get that. I won't spoil anything for you then.
Okay. Well, do you know how long it's going to be?
No, I don't. I do know from what they've said, there will be a hub, and there will be Metroidvania elements in the vein of backtracking. Hugo has said about 30% of the content will be locked until you complete the campaign. Not locked as in like locked behind a menu, but locked as in, like, presumably you'll probably get something at the end of the campaign, and then you can go back and revisit areas
all right.
to unlock stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
I think they've really taken people's complaints about the
Like the
lack
level
of
design and
additional-
stuff?
Well,
what?
I think a really big complaint I've seen is people not liking that once you beat the game, that's kind of it. So I think they're really taking that to heart. Not making sure the DLC isn't just a one and done, you know, play through it and that's it. Once you beat it, even if you've 100%ed everything to that point, once you complete it, you'll still have a good quarter of it left to do.
Yeah. I wish we had a master campaign, an official one.
All I will say is, I mean, I don't know anything, but that wasn't like
Yeah.
like, but I will, from what it seems like, we will get that soon.
Yeah, I
That
hope
is
so. Just a fully remixed New Game Plus.
And I look forward to it. I will say, I'm fully fine with no cosmetics and no skins, no events and stuff. Like I don't play games like that anymore, so I'm totally fine with that. I do kind of miss the stream of occasional master levels, though. I will say that.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was an exciting part of Eternal's life cycle, is the release of a new master level and an update.
Yeah, it was, dude.
Oh, it was really exciting, and there's just been nothing to really be excited about after this game came out, other than Repertorium and some balance stuff.
And they've done a spectacular job with the Repertorium. I think one gripe I have developed for Dark Ages since launch is that they have this incredible slider system, and there are no like unlockable cool difficulty presets after you beat the game. It's just like, okay, you beat it, Aspire, or what's it called, extra life mode or Ultra Nightmare, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You could have done so much more, I feel. Salim had said hello.
Oh, hey,
to both
what's
of
up,
us.
Salim?
Praise the Sun 4601 says, I wish they would release development footage of Invasion Mode now that it's canceled. I don't know. I feel like there was some stuff that was data mined for Eternal's Invasion Mode, and it seemed like it was just kind of battle mode in the campaign for the most part. And seeing how people didn't really like battle mode, or at least not that people didn't like it, but I think a lot of people just didn't really want to play it. I don't think people would have liked Invasion Mode. That's just my 2 cents. I think them canceling it was probably the right move.
I think they would have liked it, but it would have been treated like a gimmick and then forgotten about.
Yeah, kind of like battle mode.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh my God, Mojo! Ah! What? I was so glad to see that big tentacle come back.
Godfather Hardy says, talk about Resident Evil or Silent Hill, please. I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 9.
I am too. It's exciting. It's the first new Resident Evil we've had in 5 years.
I know, dude. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't sold on it until that recent round of like press demo footage, because they weren't showing much, and it always worries me when a new game is introducing something like a hybrid system where half of the game is the first person like RE7 and the other half is supposedly like the RE4 remake, and it's like, that's cool, but it worries me that they're not showing gameplay. And then the new gameplay kind of sold me on it, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've stayed away from the trailers past the initial reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Because Resident Evil means a lot to me. And it means a lot to me to go in and just be scared, be surprised.
Yeah.
Don't really care about the story. I don't care about the story of Resident Evil past Resident Evil 3. Everything after that is not in my head canon.
No Resident Evil 4? I'm careful with that.
No, because Wesker's back.
That's true. That's
Resident Evil 4 is after Code Veronica, and Code Veronica is when the series jumped the shark. So after that, I don't care. I just play them because they're fun games.
They are damn good games. I have heard they're doing a Code Veronica remake, but I mean I don't know how true.
They've been saying that for years, though. They said that as soon as RE4 remake came out, they're like they're remaking Code Veronica. They're remaking 5. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing.
They probably will. I mean, I reckon they're gonna get through, remake as many of them as they can. They seem to sell like hotcakes, so.
They're good business.
Mayo don't like the Ouroboros.
Mayo don't like the Ouroboros? What does that mean?
Says, I don't know. I'm assuming the Ouroboros virus from RE5.
Yeah, I didn't even know what you were talking about.
I don't know what this fella says. I don't even know how to say this guy's name, but that's what he says. Maybe he knows you better than you know yourself.
I don't find that very likely.
Max X says, I can see the next Doom game having spell-like mechanics, like freezing some enemies while poisoning others while charging a powerful attack to one-shot a super heavy.
What do you think about that?
I mean, before Dark Ages was announced, I had the idea for, like, just sort of like something I played around with in my head was the idea of, like, guns in one hand, spell casting in the other hand. I think it's an interesting idea if done right. It sort of plays into, like, the ice grenade and the flame belch of Eternal, but just having it, like, glued to your left hand, I guess. It could be cool if they did it right. I don't know if gun and right hand ability and left hand is what we'll do next, though.
Did you play Wizardom?
No, I don't.
Oh, you should have checked out Wizardom. It's like a old school style, like kind of pixel graphics game for Apogee that I helped out with. And
I have heard of it though. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got like staffs and fire poles and stuff like that, and I designed the spell system for it.
That's awesome, dude. I like that.
No! I need help.
Tastefully Unhinged has a question for you.
Sure, as long as it's tasteful.
Mayo, you said you playtest games. What does the process look like if a dev wants you to playtest and give feedback on their game?
What does the process look like if a dev wants you to playtest and give feedback on their game? That's a good question. So usually I will pitch them what my rate is, and my rate will usually cover a week of my time. I will play through the game at least once, and I will take vigorous notes the way that I would basically if I were making a YouTube video. I would make every single observation, put it together into an official document of all my observations, recommendations, bug finds, all that kind of stuff. And I would put a video example to every single point if I had it recorded. And then me and the dev would get on a call for about 2 to 3 hours, and we would go through every single point on the document, and I would get answers to questions I have. I would show them bugs that they weren't aware of. I would ask them about why they designed things certain ways. I would make recommendations, and then I'd stick with them for the next week as they made little changes, and then if they wanted to continue working with me, we discussed my further rates.
That's awesome.
And sometimes I don't like the game, and I say, I'm sorry, I don't think I'm the right guy for this. There's a dev of one of my favorite games that I actually got to bring me on his team in like the alpha phase of his game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was honored. I could not believe it. And he agreed to my rate, and he wanted to bring me on for multiple months. I was so excited about it. And then I played the game, and I said, oh my god, I hate this. I was like, this is not for me. And I'm thinking about what kind of feedback can I give this guy, and it's none. I can't say anything. And I just said, I'm sorry. I don't think I can help you, man. This sucks.
That's an important part of it, though, recognizing that it's not.
Yeah,
really
of course.
for you,
So
that you don't like it.
of course, I would have to make it a game that it wasn't supposed to be, and so I had to back out.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I mean, that's good. Question from Horde Mode Gaming. Do you have different sort of rates depending on, like, I guess, studio size, budget, that kind of stuff? Because rumor has it Horde Mode Gaming in a small group might be making something or other at some point.
Yes.
Maybe now. So.
Yes, it depends on who I'm talking to. If I'm talking to an established studio, I have one rate, and then I recently gave a much lower rate to a survival horror game that I helped out with. That's just one guy in his apartment. And, I wanted to help him out, so I did the first pass free and said, hey, if you like this kind of help, I could do a little more for this. So yeah, it depends on who I'm talking to and what the project is.
I will keep that in mind.
But I'll tell you this: I'm very good at finding things that other people don't see. That's kind of how that's kind of how I sell it.
I have watched enough Under the Mayo to know that.
Well, cool.
So, yeah, that's awesome. That is cool though that you get to do stuff like that and you can charge for it. I mean, that's like
yeah.
To be able to charge for that kind of work that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't always. A lot of times I'll see a game. A lot of times there's survival horror games, and I'll just reach out and be like, hey, I want to get involved in your playtesting. Like, just send me the game. Let me do a pass. Let me see what I can find. And I won't even charge them. And then beyond that, I'll say, hey, look, if you want me full time or part time, we can do a rate. But a lot of times I'll just do something for free for like a small indie survival horror game, because I hate seeing games come out with problems that could have been easily fixed.
Yeah, I mean that's really cool, and you seem to know a lot about that kind of stuff. I mean, the issues and stuff. I don't always agree with some of the points you make in your videos, but it's very hard to deny that you don't have like an understanding of what you're talking about.
And I care. Like, I really give a shit.
That's probably the most important part, is that you care. I don't think I've ever seen an Under the Mayo video criticizing a game you actually cared about where I didn't feel like you cared about it.
I always bring up this one catch, this one bug. It was in Mullet Mad Jack from, what was it, 2020? Is that 2024? Yeah, Mullet Mad Jack was 2024. So. And he had a bunch of playtesters on it for a year, and I got a review copy. I wasn't even brought on to playtest. I just got a review copy. And if you guys have played that game, you'll notice that there's a Mayo icon in it now. I actually ended up crafting one of his difficulty levels, but I originally just got brought on just to review like everyone else. And I found all this stuff, and I contacted him, and I was like, "Do you have time for a Discord call with me? Do you have an hour?" He's like, "Sure." And I found all this stuff, and there was this upgrade for the guns that was, every time you reload, your next shot does double damage. So like pistol, like bam, 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 reload, next shot, double damage, and then it goes back to regular. And then there's a shotgun that has like 6 shells before it reloads. But there's an upgrade for the shotgun that turns it into a super shotgun. And how do super shotguns work? They blast both shells and then they reload.
Yeah.
And so I'm on the call with him, and I said, if I had the super shotgun and I have the upgrade for double damage every time I reload, am I doing double damage with every super shotgun blast? And he just went silent, and he said, I don't know. And I was like, well, you might want to look into that. I was like, these are the kinds of questions that have to be asked before your game comes out. And there was this crazy bug where that game has finishers. They're like glory kills, but like you can just do them instantly on any enemy, and it refills your timer, it refills your health. And like you pick up a machete and you can just use it as a finisher. And as I was playing it, my finisher just kept randomly triggering. You have to manually trigger it yourself, but it just kept on using itself. And it was happening for hours. And I asked him, I said, hey, is there another way to trigger your finisher other than pressing the finisher button? He's like, no. And I was like, and has no one on your playtesting team ever reported that finishers are just randomly triggering on their own? He's like, no one's ever said that. I was like, okay, well, it's happening to me all the time. And I find it weird that your playtesters have not noticed that this is happening. And then I just kept playing it. And I said, I found out what it is. If you jump and your character model contacts an enemy, it automatically triggers your finisher if you're in the air.
And no one had found that.
And no one noticed that their finisher was just triggering out of nowhere. Like, you'd be amazed at the shit that just gets by people.
That is crazy.
And I found this shit in like a couple hours. And so like we had that call and we went through my document and he made all these fixes and he stayed with me for the next week. And I was like, hey, I feel like as soon as I'm good at headshots, I can ignore all your environmental objects. And your environmental objects is half the fun. Why don't you make a difficulty where environmental kills give more reward than your headshots so that you have to be more than just precise? And he created an entire new difficulty based on my suggestions.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fucking great. It's one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of.
I mean, that's good to hear that you do that for a variety of different projects as well, and are even willing to reach out to people and offer to do it for free, at least for a little bit.
I just want things to come out as good as they can, because I've seen games that are really cool that have come out with stuff that I know I could have found if they had said yes to me offering to come on. Where they've said, no, we're good, and then the game comes out and I find like 10 things in an hour and I'm like, God damn it, this sucks.
I could have fixed that. We could have got that going.
Like, I was like, I could have told you this game has this map problem on day one.
Mayo is goated for a reason, says Literary Paradox. True.
I am a goat.
Someone had a question and I thought it was...
Go for it.
Pretty decent. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, who was reading chat? That's me, Horbo Gaming. Also, hi Mayo. Do you have a problem with GTA 6 having a big map?
Oh, I'm not excited about it. I found the map in GTA 5 exhausting.
I don't care for GTA.
I love GTA 3, and I love GTA 4. I think Vice City's good, and I don't like San Andreas. But just looking at that map gives me anxiety.
So that's where it gets into like too big territory.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, is it gonna take me 3 hours to drive around this fucking island? Love this view.
There is such a thing as too big of an open world, especially if there's not enough things to fill it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, someone just picked up on the fact that I don't like San Andreas. Yeah, I really don't like San Andreas. Oh, I could tell you why. Okay, for the first thing is that I just don't connect to like 90s like rap culture. Like I couldn't get into the story myself. Mm-hmm. That's not. I'm not disrespecting the story. I just didn't resonate with it, so I didn't really connect to the characters. But the main thing was like the constant micromanagement of your character, like having to eat, having to work out. Like that drove me crazy. And what made me turn the game off was the driving skill meter. Because you could get in a car and then drive it around the city, and then the better you drove the car, your driving experience went up, and you got more control over your car. I was like, okay, you're rewarded for experience. However, if you started crashing a lot, it would actually deduct your driving skill. And half the fun of GTA is being able to drive around like a fucking maniac. And I was being punished for doing that.
Hey, there we go.
And then, when I saw that, I was just trying to drive around the sewers for some fun, and I would crash into stuff, and I would become a worse driver because of it. And I said, I'm out. I think that's a valid reason. I think it's a valid reason.
Yeah, that's valid. I think that's valid. And
guess what? That shit was not in GTA 4.
So apparently, other people have that opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone else has that opinion. I've never talked to anyone about San Andreas before. I dare not say that in an official YouTube video.
You'd be eaten alive, dude.
No, it would be a horrible experience. I would get nothing out of that. There's no benefit to making that video.
A couple of people were asking how you feel about Red Dead.
I really, really enjoyed Red Dead Redemption 1 when I played it, but that was over 10 years ago, and I could not tell you if I would enjoy playing it again. And no. I don't want to find out. I'm just going to keep it as a nice memory, and someday I will play Red Dead 2. Someday.
I like it.
Yeah? What do you like about it? You like it more than the first one?
I've actually never played the first one. I've always been the kind of person, if a game doesn't interest me, I just don't really play it. I have been trying to break free from that. I've been watching movies and playing games that I probably wouldn't have played on my own. But I think a friend of mine was getting Red Dead and really wanted me, or Red Dead 2, and really wanted me to play the multiplayer with him. So I was like, you know what? I've got, spare money from doing chores and stuff. I think I was in like middle school when Red Dead 2 came out. I'll get the game. I'll get it. And you know what? It was fun. I think it was, I don't know. I feel like third-person, I don't know if you would call it a third-person action game, but third-person action games sometimes can be a little iffy, but I thought it was a good third-person action.
What was it called again?
Red Dead 2.
Oh, Red Dead 2. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought you said third-person action game. I started thinking that you were had suddenly switched to a Devil May Cry or something.
Oh no, I don't know what you call that kind of game. Just that like over-the-shoulder.
Third-person shooter action game. I don't know.
It's a weird term, but yeah, I think for those can be hit or miss for me, and I thought it was fun. It didn't leave an impact on me. I mean, good story, but it's not like I go to replay it every year or anything.
Hey, Carlos in chat on YouTube, you're welcome for getting you into Deadlink. That game is fucking fantastic. And a little bit of an influence on the project I'm involved in.
Ooh. Pedally Kraken, who was also, I think that's what they mostly go by. They make cool mods and stuff, is asking if you're playing the Habs randomizer. I think that's how you pronounce it.
What?
Randomizer mod for Dark Ages.
Oh no, I haven't played this game since August, so I'm just doing a straight nightmare campaign run. That's all I'm doing for fun.
Nice.
That's all I was in the mood for. Come on here, touch base with you guys, have Horde mode on here, play a little Doom, have fun, and then call it a night because I got work at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Damn it! I guess it is getting pretty kind of late.
Yeah. What is that? Kanal Biruta says, Deadlink is good. A friend who don't like your videos and opinions loves that game. Well, you know what? They don't have to love my opinions. I'm happy for them if they love Deadlink. Does me being in that game upset them?
It'll be funny if so.
Because I'm on the vending machine.
And you're also in...
that's gotta hurt.
What is it? Wizardom?
I'm in Wizardom, Turbo Overkill, Mullet Mad Jack, and Sprawl.
And maybe more games if you keep it up.
Maybe. there's an upgrade for a game that I'm working on that gives you a second life instead of, because it's like a roguelike, and there's an upgrade that gives you a resurrection, because I thought that the game's hard and I think new players are going to want a chance to revive instead of losing their run. And I said it should be called Mayo's Blessing. It was not called Mayo's Blessing, unfortunately, but it is my blessing to you.
A gift to all new players.
Yes.
Salim says, maybe that's why I still like you, Mayo. I haven't played those games.
What?
And Praise the Sun says that Red Dead 2 has pacing issues.
I imagine it does.
It is a very long game.
If GTA 5 was too much for me, I imagine Red Dead 2 is similar.
Probably, yeah. Which I don't mind getting my money's worth out of a game, but at the same time, I'm maybe it's just how I play games at the moment, but I'm not looking for a 40-hour campaign. 40 hours of content, now that's more than fine, but I don't know. 40-hour campaign, that's not my length.
Give me an 8 to 10 hour campaign with multiple difficulties that I want to play over and over.
I think Dark Ages was a good length.
I think it was too long.
Jeez.
Yeah. 22 levels.
I guess, well, I wouldn't. I don't know. I guess it could have been shorter. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I thought, for a game that lacks any, like, major additional content, especially at launch, I'm fine with it being just, having, like, a longer campaign, but nothing extra.
Yeah. Lightwing says, I can give assurance that Mayo will give the game like 10 hours and then drop it. Talking about Red Dead 2, possibly. Salim says, I am joking, Mayo. I got Total Chaos. We'll play it soon. Played Total Chaos for 2 hours and I had fun. Awesome, man. Yeah, that game really comes alive in Chapter 4. And have fun, man. Have fun. And I just got done playtesting New Game Plus today. And holy shit, New Game Plus is going to blow minds.
That's awesome.
It's like a whole other campaign experience. It's not just going through the same levels. It's like level. You go through the levels in different orders. Like level
like
geometry
like
changes. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
And I mean, I'm good at. I mean, hell, I help the combat design and the resource balancing. I know how to fucking play Total Chaos, and I was getting my ass kicked on normal, running around with 2 shotgun shells in a half-broken pickaxe. It was great.
Getting your ass kicked can be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Surprisingly.
Yes, it's amazing. Especially in a horror game. That's what you want.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to be... a horror game shouldn't be Doom.
Challenge completed.
Raise the Sun asks, what levels would you cut out of TDA, Mayo?
Oh, wow. Good question. I would cut out all the Titan sections. I would redesign the dragon levels to not have the dragon. I would remove the turret sections. I'm just being honest. I would... Oh, from there... I might actually take Ancestral Forge and the Forest, reduce them both by half and make them one level.
Like they were originally.
Well, I mean, they were supposed to be one level, but I would make them one level again, but cut each half in half.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
Let's see. I think part of this game's pacing issues for me is that all the bosses are at the end of the game.
That was an issue for me.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, like there's no Doom Hunter, there's no Gladiator. It's just you play through the whole game, And I mean, there's the Vagary, but I mean, the Vagary is like a level 2, not real. You know, it's a boss fight, but it's not that complex. And then after that, it's nothing until you get to the Creed Maker.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no like unique boss. When we got our first unique boss with the Gladiator by level 8 in Eternal, and before that we had the Marauder and the Doom Hunter, which yes, they were mini bosses presented as bosses, but then they took a little bit to appear after that. Once you had seen the Gladiator, like you didn't see the Marauder again until you'd seen the Gladiator. You didn't know he was going to come back.
Yeah.
And the Doom Hunter disappeared until Mars Core. So, yeah.
They were very quick to send the Vagary and the Agadon Hunter back at you after you fought the champions.
Yes, I mean, you see the Agadon Hunter at the end of the forest level, and then he's halfway through the next level in our Ancestral Forge.
Mm-hmm. Very quick.
Yeah, so I mean, I would have put another boss earlier at the halfway point. Maybe we could have fought Azrak like after Ancestral Forge. You know what I mean? Or at the end of Hellbreaker.
Yes, I was going to suggest that. I think that first little segment where you're supposed to kill him should have been a boss fight. I think having the Slayer lose his first fight with Azrak, maybe not like almost die, but I mean Azrak gets away or something. I mean that's more a better story beat than just he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have put Azrak at the end of Hellbreaker. I think that would have really helped the pacing a bit, and then you could cut the last Titan level, and then make the old one die in a cutscene. I'd be fine with that somewhere else, and then just go straight to the last level in Hell. Those are my ideas.
Not bad. Honestly, I don't think there's anything I would necessarily personally cut from the game. I feel like, I don't know. I think after, 9 months of playing, some of the problems I have are that there are a lot of moments, not that I necessarily care too much about the story. I mean, like, for a story in a Doom game, it was sufficient. But there's a lot of moments where it feels like you're just kind of in a place to be in a place. And I understand that worked for Eternal, where they made all the levels, and then the reason you were there was an afterthought. But in such a story-focused game, I feel like you kind of need to have better reasons than just like, I don't know, you're gonna go kill Azrak right now for no reason. But I'm just kidding, he's not actually there. So now we're just gonna do other stuff for now. Like, I don't know. It would be better if there was more of a story-focused reason to be in certain locations and to do certain things other than just, let's go do this right now, and then let's go do that right now, and then, oh, now we're in the cosmic realm, and now things are gonna pick up. Joseph Vile, brother of the Archvile, says, question for Mayo and Horde. Have you guys felt a shift in the discourse in the Doom community? I haven't really interacted with it for a while, but the little I see is mostly complaints.
I don't know. You could probably comment a lot more than I could. I'm not really involved in the community because it doesn't feel like a community. It feels like people who play the game. It doesn't feel like a community. I mean, remember in Eternal we had 2 years of a podcast. Mm-hmm. That was a community, and you also build community with frequent updates. The master levels created a community. So yeah, I don't know how much of an actual quote unquote community it really is, other than just people who like playing the game and might talk about it sometimes. What about you?
I think I have a lot more. I think I have a lot to say on this, and probably a lot more to say than I actually will. Part of there were like 3 core pillars of why I started doing YouTube in the first place. That was love for Doom, love for content creation, and love for the community. And I feel like the community that I loved enough to start making videos for, just kind of isn't really here anymore. And your points about updates and master levels and I guess cosmetic events and stuff keeping the community going, I mean, that's very true. But to an extent, I also feel like people just aren't as interested in having actual legitimate discussion anymore. Which I get it. It's were you gonna say something?
No.
I feel it's not like Eternal. I don't feel like there is. I mean, there's a lot of depth to the Dark Ages, but it's not the same as the quick swapping and all these techs that were developed over time, all this crazy stuff and the skill ceiling.
There's less of that to talk about.
Yeah, there's less to talk about, so I understand why people aren't here. But whenever you don't have that, it's sort of left us in a spot where the people still here are the people that love the game and the people that love to complain about the game. And at the moment, I think the people that love to complain are much louder and much more excited to talk than the people who just like the game.
Sure.
I think that's, you know, I moderate my comment section. I don't let, I guess, to put it the best way I can, I don't let people be mean to each other. If sometimes people get in full-blown arguments, people get nasty, like, I get rid of comments and stuff. That's what I mean.
Oh, I mean, I every day, some fucker has got to go.
And I feel like there is more of that moderation on my end right now than there ever has been. I feel like on a daily basis, now I'm getting rid of comments and people who are just awful. I'm getting rid of probably the same amount in one day that a few years ago I would be in 2 weeks at times. It is people are aggressive. People are
It's not just Doom. It's not. I don't think it's a Doom. It's not a Doom thing. People are just really mean right now. People are just really fucking mean, and I don't really want to be anywhere near it. It's why I feel bad when I do a negative video now, because I know who it's going to attract. When I play,
not the kind of people you wanted.
Yeah, when I played Silent Hill F, and I ended up hating it, I was like, fuck. Like now, like this is gonna attract every horrible person. I gotta be honest, but like I wish my honesty were not taking me in this direction.
I don't know. You know what? It's very hard. It is very hard to be negative right now. Specifically because when you are negative, you are sort of agreeing with the wrong people.
Yeah, and they get their videos out first because what they have to say is very easy to shit out.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Hold on, someone left a comment and I thought it was interesting. I'm gonna have to scroll back up. Hold on. Wardrobe Gaming, I see too many polls, but that's just me. I started doing polls because I really like talking to people in the Doom community. And sometimes you just can't produce enough videos or enough content to get like a steady stream of people talking to you about the game and talking to each other about the game. Polls were a way for me to sort of almost artificially get that number up. Not as in like for a benefit to the channel itself, but just to sort of, I guess for lack of a better term, stimulate the community. And I'm still doing them out of, I would say it's almost like a routine now. Every day I schedule a poll for the next day, just about. Like, that's how it is. I have considered stopping polls altogether because a quarter of the comments are just people being nasty or just saying junk that really no one needs to hear. This community is less of a community, and like Mayo said, people who enjoy playing the game, or for some reason people who don't like the game at all but really like to stick around.
Yeah, well the thing is, we're coming from a different situation. The Eternal days were us building exclusively people who were coming in for the first time. We built from nothing. We were starting at zero, and then attracted people who were all on the same page. And now you're building a new community, starting from a community that was already established, and that's always bound to cause problems.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I also think there's sort of a weird, I would say almost discourse with Dark Ages in throughout the past past 9 months, where people don't give it a chance, and you're almost criticized for I don't know what the word would be. You're kind of belittled for telling people to give it a chance at this point.
Yes. Like,
but
people shit on you for liking it, and yeah.
People shit on you for liking it. People shit on you for telling other people to not just skip it because you didn't like it in the first hour. I had someone leave a it's rare I get so many comments from so many like good, kind, worthwhile people that I don't dwell so much on the bad comments. Like, very few bad comments actually stick with me for a long period of time. One comment that has stuck with me for I think probably about a month now is someone who made a point to call me a shill and someone who was just seeking Hugo Martin's attention because I tried to explain why the DLC isn't out yet for Dark Ages. Why they were able to get the Ancient Gods Part 1 out and then the Ancient Gods Part 2, but that's not happened here. People are aggressive. People are mean. And now people don't want answers. People want to complain without answers. And that's also, I want to clarify, that's not me. Like, that's not a general people thing. That's not like everyone. That's specific assholes. I'm not insulting anyone here who's talking to us in the
No,
chat.
I mean, anybody who's here after a 4-hour stream is like, these are our people.
Yeah.
And there are people that have a variety of opinions about the game. Even
that's okay.
Even some people are here. They're just like, they played Dark Ages and they liked it and they left it. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
But I mean, the way people are. I mean, dude, did you see my my Resident Evil video where I acted out the comment?
I think I did. Was that one of your recent ones?
Yes, where I'm yelling at my friend and screaming and.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, that's most people today, like that, like maybe not the grammar issues, but the mentality, the thought.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people these days.
It is. It's an unfortunate amount of people, and it's loud people.
There's a lot of meanness and hostility and people addicted to anger, and they just know how to capitalize and punctuate their sentences.
Yeah. TDA was a huge disappointment to me, but I'm still here because it's a good game nonetheless. And like, that's okay. Actually, you know what? I want to ask Carlos, what disappointed you about the Dark Ages? What made you a disappointment?
Yeah, can you put your finger on it? Like, I mean, a lot of people say the music. I'm like, okay, fair. I'm not that into the music myself.
Honestly, I have to say, there's a lot of instances where I like the music more than Mick Gordon's. That's not to say that, like, I don't like Mick Gordon. That's one point. I think I've made that point before where I do like a lot of TDA's music. It feels heavier. I'm not as much into electronic music. And the previous two games have a lot of sort of electronic elements. And
they're metal and infused with industrial.
And a lot of it's really good, and then some of it's not really always my thing. And people seem to take that as like a I don't know, like a personal insult to our Lord and Savior Mick Gordon, and like it's not. I don't know. I like what TDA has to offer. I think the in-game mixing was definitely a problem, especially at launch. But I think what the Dark Ages soundtrack aims to be fits the game very well.
That's
It's
fair.
heavier. It's less electronic, which I like.
Orchestral.
Yes, orchestral. I really like that. Huh. Did Carlos ever?
I don't think he
No,
did.
not.
Okay, I can tell you why this game, despite the things that I don't like about it, which I've been clear about, the reason this game didn't disappoint me is because I didn't expect to like it as much as Eternal. I already knew I wouldn't. I already knew that was impossible. On an emotional level, it was impossible for this game to move me the way that Eternal did. Eternal changed my life, literally. It changed a lot of our lives. Like, how could this game have been better for a lot of us? And I went into the Dark Ages saying, if this game is a fun, challenging adventure that gives me 1 or 3 or 4 playthroughs and then I let it go, I'm good. That's all I need. I don't need it to be the second coming of Christ. And so I was not disappointed. But I think a lot of people were ready for this to hit the same way that Eternal did, when that was literally impossible because our lives have changed and the way we think has changed.
Structural damage detected.
And the game has its flaws. Like, I'm not saying I don't think it's as good as a game as Eternal, so I'm not saying that you're wrong for being disappointed on a quality level, but I wasn't expecting it to be as good as Eternal, so I wasn't let down.
It is kind of too early to talk about the next game, but I will say, I feel like the next game will be something special. Just off of id Software is very good at taking criticism and turning it into something really good. They are great at that. So I think with how much criticism, both worthwhile and nonsensical, has come from Dark Ages, I think the next game is bound to be, I don't know, I think something people in general will like more. I expect the discourse around, like, I don't know, going from Doom Eternal to Dark Ages, that, I don't know. You can't really go from Eternal to any game. That's a Herculean task. That's, I don't know if there's any world where the Dark Ages would have been universally accepted as on the same level or even better than Eternal. I don't think any game would have been accepted as on the same level or better than Eternal. But I think now that we've put a little distance between Eternal and id Software's future projects, I expect to have a much more universally loved game.
I think I think there's some things about, like, the criticisms of this game that have probably taught them some good lessons.
Yes, absolutely.
And you know what? I don't like God of War 3 as much as I like God of War 2. That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Fine. Carlos did respond.
Okay. Give him
sure.
give him the stage.
Demonic signals are moving to King
Pacing
Nova's position.
issues, open levels, mechs, and flying sequences, loss of verticality, loss of tension with the new gameplay elements. So those are his.
The only one that I don't get is loss of tension. I don't get that one at all.
That's the one I was going to ask about.
Sorry, I got chat.
As for open levels, I get that's not for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't for me on the first playthrough. I found I got, by the time I was at Siege, I was tired.
I get that.
Getting all the way through Siege, that was a lot. On a second playthrough, it flowed so much better for me. But that first playthrough, that's what I said. When people talk about pacing issues, I think they're talking about that first playthrough. 22 levels and some giant maps and it's like, wow. And then you go. I think the first third of this game is where the pacing issues are really concentrated. If you don't like the mech, and if that really puts you off, and then 2 levels later you're flying around for an hour and a half on dragon levels, and if that puts you off, and then you're dumped into siege right after that,
Yeah.
it's exhausting. I found it exhausting. And so like I needed that second playthrough for me to flow better and know what was coming afterwards and know what was coming next, to where I was able to get in the zone a lot better. But I can't blame anyone for having pacing issues.
That's actually, like I said a moment ago, they're very good at sort of taking criticism and turning it into something good. I look forward to seeing how they tackle the open level format in the DLC. I still have a problem with the open levels. I feel like they could have retroactively added more. I don't know what the exact solution would be, but I feel like the open levels end up feeling so empty. Is my problem. They're so big, and once you clear out an area, that's just it. You backtrack to go find a secret or some shit, and that's just, you're just walking.
Okay.
I don't think it's not the end of the world for me, but I didn't like that. I was just kind of stomping around grass paths and through battlefields I had already torn through. That just kind of wasn't my. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I found it a little boring. Sure. I didn't really want to go through a stroll in the middle of a Doom game.
Yeah. Well,
I get
the straightforward levels are the ones I end up liking the most. So, Sentinel command station. Hell, even the dragon level where you just fly to the 2 platforms. Like, I like that. I'm just okay. Go here and then go here. All right, good. Even though it's a dragon level, like I'm okay with that. But then some levels like Spire, that's a long level, man.
That's an exhausting level.
Yeah. Again, like these are things that I prefer about 2016 Eternal. I like their compact level design. But you know what? They did something different, and it's not to my taste, but it certainly was to some other people, and you know what? Cool.
One thing that sort of puts me off from playing or from replaying vanilla classic Doom sometimes, I'm really not a fan of all those times where you clear out an area and then you have to hunt down a key card, so it is just 10 minutes of walking around.
It's very classic Doom. It really is.
That was I don't think I expressed that in my review, but one of my biggest gripes was that they wanted to carry over the open level format type deal from some of the bigger classic Doom levels, and they didn't address the issue of whenever you're backtracking to find a secret,
there's nothing
or a
to do.
Key card, nothing to do. It's boring. You go, some of the most tense fights of the entire game, followed by walking.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair.
I'm gonna recheck here. I'm pretty sure TVA is preparation for the future. In what way?
Preparation for the future.
If you mean, as in like setting up for the next game, then yeah, I'm sure they'll do a Civil War game, Sentinel Civil War. I'm sure.
That's it. The gate will open now.
Kratos 1738 said they really hated God of War 3's unskippable cutscenes.
Oh god, that's the worst thing about God of War 3. That drives speedrunners crazy. Every time you speedrun that game, you have to watch the entire story.
Oh, I'm sure it drives them nuts. Oh, okay. Carlos did explain his pressure problem. In Eternal, you had this constant pressure of being barraged non-stop by every single enemy. In TDA, you are the one leading the tempo instead of the enemies doing it for you, if that makes sense.
Well, then how do you explain what just happened to me right there? When I had 2 fucking Spectre imps, Nightmare imps fly right at me, and they dictated what I had to do. This Arachnotron up there is dictating what I have to do right here.
Pressure unit.
Yeah, I disagree with that. But I think that the pace is still being dictated by the enemies. It's just not Eternal's pace. It's not Eternal's way of dealing with it. You've got the parry system. You've got parryable projectiles, non-parryable projectiles. There's way many projectiles to deal with. That Arachnotron pressure unit, Nightmare imps. You got Stone imps running at you.
Dark Ages
yeah.
is also a lot more focused on one-on-one. They want you to really focus on what is directly in front of you. And I think that puts some people off until they get used to that as well. I can see that affecting, how did Carlos put it? The
Tension?
pressure. Yeah, tension. If you're still trying to do the eternal thing of maybe meat hooking yourself into the air and attacking a handful of different things instead of just attacking a single enemy, I can get how that maybe breaks the tension, since Dark Ages is not at all fit for, doing a little damage here and a little damage there. They want you to walk up to whatever's in front of you and
they want you to kill what you're focused on, and that's very clear in how they make the health regen if you don't kill an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen in it. Well, I mean, it happened in Eternal, but to a much more subtle degree. Like three rockets will kill a Mancubus. If you don't glory kill him and you wait, he'll take another 2 rockets to kill.
Yeah. And that is
You're supposed to finish your plate.
Get it done. Yeah. Carlos, actually, let me see if you responded. Port mode gaming, you nailed it with the one-on-one focus. Yeah. So maybe if that's not your cup of tea, that's totally fine. Not everyone is gonna like that. Dark Ages is more of direct one-on-one, and that's okay. I will just say it is much more. It is a much more enjoyable game if you let yourself fall into that rhythm instead of fighting against it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having a blast. Hey, look, the one thing Eternal doesn't have is this fucking kick. This fucking kick is so good. I'm gonna kick this fucker.
One thing going back to Eternal was the Blood Punch is like nothing compared to how a Dread Mace wave feels.
Oh god.
Or even to how a kick feels.
Yeah, Blood Punch feels quite light in comparison.
The heaviness, that's very much for me right now, the heaviness.
Yep, that's the thing that was the most appealing. I don't know if I'm upgrading anything. I guess I should start going flail.
Fusion Rogue says people also need to be more willing to use the sliders. I have my, I don't know if qualms would be the right word, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I both do and don't.
What I disagree with is people who say that the game wasn't balanced and then they just left it up to players to do the work for them. That is bullshit.
Jesus Christ, that is as close to, I would go as far as to say that's almost a brain dead take. You play this game for 30 minutes and I think you'll understand that it wasn't just piss in the wind.
No.
Good lord, dude.
Nightmare needed to be harder, and they fixed that very quickly. And, sure, I mean, the highest difficulty isn't going to satisfy literally everyone. And then there's sliders for you. I mean, shit. Sorry.
Sliders are for people who played Nightmare, breezed through it. That's for people who want that extra edge. I mean, not everyone. I don't think the argument that people should need to use the sliders is need. Absolutely not. Good people, yes. sliders are such a nice option.
Yeah.
If you don't
I mean,
like
I didn't
any
need 'em.
aspect of the, yeah, I didn't need them. I have to record gameplay. I turn the what is the parry window? I turn that down, or what is it? Whatever makes it more forgiving. When it's
Yeah.
not, a lot of the times I play to record gameplay really late at night, and I am not always conscious enough to go toe-to-toe with an Agadon Hunter with like nightmare level parry window, and like that's what they're there for. But when I'm really into it, when it's the middle of the day, you know, I got home from work or anything like that, you know, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the full default nightmare experience, or maybe a little higher. I mean, that's what they're there for. Change it how you need it, but you shouldn't need to do that.
See this fucking cycler going here? God damn, man. Love it so much. I love this fucking pulverizer. With the haste upgrade, man, it's so good.
I wish I liked it more. Pulverizer, genuinely favorite gun design, like any game ever, any media. I love the pulverizer.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have the impact I wish it had to use.
Does it feel too light or what?
It feels too light. It feels about how you would expect a meat grinder to shoot out shards of bone. Question from Jarl Trippin. Do you think Doom Guy will ever grow older and wiser and have a son that he has to guide and teach throughout the game? It should be over the shoulder too.
Oh my god. Look, this game already has enough God of War 2018 feel. Don't push it any further than that.
Hugo has, which I'll just add this because I know not everyone watches the streams. He has recently said that he would like to explore sort of old man Doomslayer at some point, just
Cool.
as like how that would sort of affect Doom.
Hey, just because you make your characters old doesn't mean it has to suck. Look at Mortal Kombat X. Old man
I think
Kung
he
Lao.
compared it to Dark Knight Returns, like Frank Miller, like Batman,
Yeah.
how he has to change his fighting style because he's a little older, and I mean, that would be cool to see.
I think I'm gonna have to go after this level because my cats are starting to get antsy. I think
That works.
they need to be fed and loved a little bit. I'm gonna put on some TV. Have you seen The Chair Company with Tim Robinson?
No, not yet. I was gonna watch that with a friend and just haven't got around to
It's
it.
fucking weird. But
It looks fun.
It's quite a fun show.
Is that something you would ever do like a video on?
No, but I'm working on something. I don't know if I should spoil it. I have a 50-page script ready.
Damn.
It's gonna probably hit 53, 54 when it's all done. I gotta start recording it. Editing that audio is a goddamn nightmare. It literally takes at least a week of editing all day every day to clean up that much audio. But I do have a big project coming that is TV focused.
Hey, I look forward to it. It's probably something else I'll put in my watch later, and then we'll watch.
Did you see my Twilight Zone videos?
That is still in my watch later because I think it's 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's a one of a kind video. There's no other video like that on YouTube, which is why it was so fun to make.
I sit down and watch it in one go, so it's still on my watch later until I find 3 hours to sit down and watch YouTube.
God damn, I respect that. I did that, and then I did season 2, which turned out to be the 1985 reboot by accident. I finished watching season 1, and then I started working on my review, And I said, you know what? I'm going to watch season 2. And I accidentally put on season 2 of the 1985 Twilight Zone reboot. And
It's kind of funny, though.
and then I was like, wait a minute, why is this in color? And then I realized, oh my god, I didn't even know there was a reboot series. And so I watched the first episode because it was 1 a.m. and I was in bed. I was like, yeah, whatever. And I watched it, and it was so good.
Enhance your weapons
I just
inside the forest.
stayed with it, and I watched the entire
Oh, yeah.
season. And I said, wouldn't it be funny if all the people who watched my season 1 video were like, hey, do season 2, and then I do season 2, but I make it, I basically reenact what happened, where I'm like, all right, welcome to season 2. Wait a minute, why is this in color? And I was like, while we're here, and then I just did the whole videos on that season instead.
I'll put that in the in my watch later as well, because I was going to get around to it after watching the first 3-hour-long video.
It contains one of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes ever, that 1985 series. I was shocked.
Hey, hell yeah, man.
There's an episode about these 2 old people who have a son who is severely mentally handicapped, like really bad, and he's like late 20s, living at their home because he's like a child. He can't do anything, and they have to take care of him, and that's their whole life. But the thing is, this kid also has a power where if he sees a picture of something, he can conjure it into existence.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so think about how fucking dangerous that combo is.
Low mental capacity.
No judgment at all, and he just sees something and makes it real. Like, they have to protect him from society.
Yeah.
They can't let him out of the house, or he could, who knows what he could make happen. And it's so goddamn good. It's one of the best episodes of TV I've ever seen.
That's a really nice premise. Also,
Yeah.
you just got 50 SEK.
50. Oh, I got 50 sex. Thank you very much for the sex.
Picking up high-level
Excited for Ari Requiem. Not as excited as I am for your sex. But yes, I am. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. New Resident Evil. I mean, how can you not be happy about that? Even if it's just something I play once, it's a new Resident Evil. It can't be worse than Village.
I find Village to be quite enjoyable. Story-wise, not really, but gameplay-wise, I like it.
Hey, not all of us like the same thing, and I don't hate you for it. Isn't that nice?
You know, I'm gonna throw this out here. Village utilizes the PlayStation 5, whatever, like the adaptive triggers, I think really well.
Oh,
and
does
that's
it?
something I didn't expect to like very much, but I think that's amplified the experience. I think games that I play, I tend to like them more with the like adaptive triggers, which do you know what that is?
Like pressure sensitive, or
Yeah, that it's like if you switch to a shotgun, it'll have like a really tough fire button trigger.
oh, that's
all of a
cool.
sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The VR version of Resident Evil 4 is like that.
Yeah, it's really cool stuff, and I think that sort of extra layer of, I guess you would say, immersion does a lot for games for me, which is surprising because normally I would write something like that off completely and not care for it.
Man, this is my first time playing with the real-time melee switching, actually in-game and not modded. Game should have had this on launch.
One of my, you know what? I'm gonna throw this back.
So
throw this
good.
out here. I don't know if I've ever said this. Dark Ages combos, I like them a lot more than just like quick swapping in Eternal.
Yeah, it's a different feel, like what I just did there, where it was like, block, melee, block, shield bash to get back in, melee for the falter, and then
Yes,
like it's super cool.
because it's not just gun. Which, not to say that Eternal was all guns, because you could do different stuff. You could do the blood punch. But like, I mean, you're sitting out here doing a shotgun blast, and then a parry, and then a melee, and then an impeller shot, and then a shield bash. It's so many different things other than just guns and weapon mods.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's see. A little late, but do we read chat? No.
Yes.
Hey,
that's
Mayo
what
and
we're doing,
Horde,
chat.
how goes it? Hello, Rob.
Pretty good. That's going to be the end of the levels, but we can sit and chill a little bit and read some chat before we call it.
Cool. So Horde mode can sound like a person. Why the hell does his video sound like it's been through Microsoft Copilot for voiceover?
Horde pilot.
Yes, Horde Pilot. So I've been in the lab over the past 5 years developing Horde Pilot, which is an artificial robot that makes my videos for me, and he's getting pretty damn good at it, I'm going to tell you that.
Awesome. Hey, Severio, what's going on? Playing for the first time in half a year. Now that
The script voice. Yes, the script voice, which I'm doing so... I don't know if I'd say so much better, but I'm doing better with that, okay? I'm learning to read like a normal person. The Skinwalker.
Hey, look, I mean, I've got a script voice too. I don't sound like I do, like I'm on the stream here. Like when I do a reaction video that has no script, it's just full of like.
Yeah.
I'm a different guy when I read my scripts.
I stutter like a motherfucker when I read if I don't have that like very forced reading voice like that. That is, you know what? I don't remember who asked why do I do the script voice? It's forced confidence. That is the only way I can force out just like a clean line without having to redo it. You know, I can if I don't do that, sometimes I can spend like I don't know, an hour on a 15-minute video script. I mean, it's absurd how much I stutter and stumble and stuff. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at it, though.
That's good. Good for you. I'm trying to sound a little more natural in my scripts as well. Let a little more of my personality out. Yes, Salim, I do like cheese on my burger. Mayo's burger is cheese, lettuce, extra lettuce, mayo, and bacon if you have it, and maybe some jalapenos. That's my kind of burger right there, and maybe a fried onion ring on it.
You ever had guacamole on a burger?
I love avocado guacamole as long as it doesn't have like tomato and onion in it. Severio said, Mayo, I played Amnesia the Bunker. What a game, bro. I know. It is fucking top tier survival horror, that game. Wow. What a game. The only horror game that I have played hours and hours of, and still, every time I play it, it terrifies me.
I still need to play it. That is on my list of games that I will eventually get to.
Yeah.
In my backlog.
It's a game that deserves to be played in the dark with headphones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I love I'm not a big fan of this game's soundtrack, but the menu theme, oh yeah.
Killer. It's my favorite of the 3.
Jarl Trippin, does anyone think Tormented Souls has the hardest puzzles in survival horror? I think that's a fair thing to say, yes. Tormented Souls is quite tough when it comes to puzzles. And I stand by my statements in my review, in my video, where I said that some of those puzzles don't make any fucking sense.
Do you prefer Jill or Leon?
Oh, Jill, all the way. Resident Evil is Jill. Resident Evil isn't Leon.
You know, surprisingly, despite the fact that I grew up more with Leon, I'm sort of of the same opinion that to me, Resident Evil is like Jill and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Resident Evil is to me. They haven't done anything with Rebecca in God knows how long, dude.
Well, I here's the thing. This is my view as a, I guess you'd call me a purist at this point. Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3.
Hmm.
Resident Evil is Jill's series because she's in 1 and 3. She starts it and she ends it. she's there when the city blows up. That's her game.
Yeah.
So Resident Evil is Jill's game. Everyone else was just in the original trilogy once. And Rebecca was just a 18-year-old medic. I don't think they should have done anything with her character at all. I think
Well,
she
fair enough.
should have just been there in the first game and maybe show up somewhere else as a medic. I don't like that Resident Evil 0. Rebecca fought the fucking tyrant before Chris and Jill did. I don't like that.
I'm gonna be real. I couldn't get a firm grasp on Resident Evil 0. I've never finished it.
It's got its problems, but I liked it when it first came out. I haven't played it since then. I'm dreading revisiting that one though.
I haven't played through the Resident Evil. I don't think I've played through the entirety of the original Resident Evil, and I haven't played through the entirety of the first Resident Evil. Well, I guess it's the only Resident Evil remake since GameCube, since I was like in 3rd grade.
What a game! The
What a damn game.
definitive survival horror game. It'll never be topped.
You played it on GameCube? When they had 2 discs?
I bought a GameCube specifically for it.
Hell yeah. I love, well, I don't love it. The 2-disc system.
Yeah.
That was something else.
I like that. I like that a lot. Well, guys, if this is your last chance, if you guys have any other questions for me or Horde Mode, put them in chat. We're gonna start winding down here. I gotta have an orange and go to
I
sleep.
gotta get the bid.
Yeah. You know what really helps me with dieting? You know, like I said, I've lost 7 pounds in 4 weeks. I skip breakfast. I have a pretty good lunch, like a omelet and some rice and some fruit or whatever. I'll have something light for breakfast, and then I'm pretty hungry near the end of the night, and that's when I just scarf down a banana and an orange. And
That's good. I've been eating oranges.
And that's all I need to fall asleep.
Good. Well, we got a few questions.
Okay, let's go. Who's first?
Oh, I asked. Salim says, "Do you like unfiltered coffee or filtered coffee?"
You take it.
Honestly, I don't really know the difference. I'm more of just like a Keurig pod kind of guy, and I am having some heart problems, so I'm off the coffee. I'm off the caffeine.
Okay.
It's not my area anymore.
No, not even decaf.
No, I think it's harder to get off caffeine if you're still trying to do substitutes. I went, I guess, for lack of a better term, cold turkey.
Mm-hmm.
No substitutes, no silly business. Mayo,
I fucking hate coffee.
I get that. I know people who really don't like coffee. I get it.
When I ask a girl out for coffee, I'm lying, and then we get there, and then I say I get a hot chocolate.
Hey, hot chocolate's fucking great though.
It is.
Fusion wants to know, what do you want the most out of the Dark Ages DLC?
Ooh, I want some new fun enemy AI. I want some intense fucking arena battles. I want 2 boss fights. And I want no dragon or mech or turret sections.
I don't think those will be a problem with how much criticism they got.
I don't know. I mean, we don't know. I've had that conversation with Hugo shortly after the game came out. He didn't. He wasn't. He was like, "Hey, like, do we do? I don't know if we're gonna do mechs or dragons or not." And I'm like, "That's up to you, man. You got to follow your heart on that one."
Oh, Horde, are you going to play Slayer versus Slayer? Dude, I would love to get into, like, the Eternal modded stuff. It's just, I don't touch Eternal. So I don't, it's, like, whenever I do my big return to Eternal and I do my hopefully really long video on how I feel about it, I will absolutely touch mods. And I will let you know, Severio, and I will let you teach me the ropes of Slayer versus Slayer. That sounds awesome. But
Will I play Returnal? It's one of those games that's very requested. I think that would be a good contender for an everyone told me to play. This year, if possible, I would like to hit Returnal. I would like to hit the Devil May Cry reboot. And yeah, and those are the ones that are kind of on my radar right now. And I'd like to play Resident Evil Revelations.
I have an opinion on that.
Yeah?
It's, if you can, play it on the 3DS. Not your first run, but play through it on whatever you want to play it on, PC, whatever,
Yeah.
and then play it on the 3DS, which is kind of what it was built for.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. It has a, I don't know what it's called. It's like a biometric scanner feature, which I think was very clearly made for the 3DS. So if you have one of those available, if you have access to one of those, definitely play Revelations on the 3DS. Not like the full game or anything, but just see if it feels any better.
I know some guys downtown that are like, I mean, since I'm in the fighting game community and I was the captain of the Mortal Kombat team in my city for years, I have a lot of connections to like people who play Smash and stuff like that. So I'm sure I could find someone who would have a 3DS for me.
Give it a try.
I'll consider it.
Yeah, consider it as what I meant. I don't know. It's I like Revelations 1 more than 2.
Okay. What are the top enemies I'd like to see return in the DLC? I want the Marauder to come back. And I want the Carcass to come back. And
Carcass would be nice.
I want the Pain Elemental. We need aerial harassment units.
Archvile was confirmed, and with how many hints Hugo gives, I think we'll probably get Pain Elemental confirmation
Nice.
within the next month or so or whatever.
Cool. Favorite Mortal Kombat character, Quan Chi. Ever since I saw him rip off someone's leg in Mortal Kombat 4 when I was a kid, I was in love. Horde Mode, any other questions before we get out of here?
Do you plan on playing any more Dark Ages, like frequently, or is this just it for now?
Oh, you know, I think I could continue this run. But I don't know what day this week. I kind of have. I got a date tomorrow. I have a playtesting co-op session. I have part of my job is co-op testing, and so I have to get a friend over to my house every single time I do that. So that's a pain in the ass. I got to pay for his Uber. I got to pay for his dinner.
Yeah, that sounds like an event.
I got that. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff coming up, but I would like to finish this run at least. I don't know how often I'm going to be streaming though. It's nice to hop in here and have this though. I appreciate you guys coming in. It's nice that we have, a couple hundred people come and watch this. It's nice.
Yeah, for sure.
How about we stop it there? You good, Horde?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, guys. If we missed your questions, tune in next time, or tune in to Maynard on Twitch. Ask him some questions. Find someone else playing Doom, and I will see you soon. See you when Resident Evil comes out.
Yeah.
Bye.